So last time you may remember when we were installing the oil cooler, there were a few little things that we hadn't quite finished, and I thought I'd do those today. And so that was things like, well, for one, change the oil filter, but also tie away some of the hoses and make sure that they're not going to get damaged by the bodywork, and also top up the oil just a little, because with all the new lines and the cooler, we're going to need a little bit more oil. Let me show you the first thing we're going to do, which is the oil filter. Easy enough to get to. We're going to also, in under here, protect this hose from any rubbing on the bodywork. Likewise, down under here, protect these two hoses from rubbing on where the sort of sway bar mount is. And then lastly, where the ducting is for the front here, we need to just protect around these hoses here where they're potentially going to rub against the ductwork. To do all that, I've already removed the bumper and the duct, and I've got all my bits ready to go. So new oil filter, this is a genuine Mazda one. If you're in need of these, let me know. I've got them on my website, BEAVISMotorsport.com. I've got some bits of rubber hose, some old sort of radiator hose or something, which I'll use as a sort of the protectant. A little bit of oil, don't worry, I'm not actually putting this Magnatec 530 in the car. It's just like I've decanted from my big jug into there. And then some small hose, so I'll show you what all that's for, and a bit of Sikaflex too. Let's start with the oil filter, because that's easy. And one thing I like to do is mark on them when they were changed. And you might think, why would you do that? Well, on a race car or a track car type of thing, you don't really track your kilometers very well, and you might only do 500 kilometers in a year or something. But at least if I put the date on there, I know, oh, that's when I changed the thing, and I don't forget. So the old filter, I think it had 2016 on it, so it's been 2 years, although the car hasn't really been driven in that time. Let's see if we can. Oh, she's tight. Hopefully there's not too much oil down here, because it was all cleaned up when we installed the lines. But on the bottom there it says Jan 2016, so this little fella will go in the bin. We can install the new one. Now I'll need to put some oil on the rubber seal before we go any further. Yep. Make a mess, and then we can throw this on. This is a Tokyo Roki Limited oil filter, if you're wondering. And now we try and thread that on in under there. Hey, it's going. The deal with oil filters is to always do them just until they're snug. You don't want to over tighten them. And we give things a quick wipe. Of course, having the filter in this spot's kind of a little odd, but it would make it easy if I ever needed to get to the filter and wipe things out. It's 2 bolts and the whole thing moves out of the way. Very easy to get in there and clean it up. Moving on, the next thing we've got on our to-do list is, of course, topping up the oil. So we can take our fresh jug with us. Pop our cap off, and hopefully we can do this without making too much of a mess. And this is some Penrite 10/10, I think it is, or maybe it's HPR10, one of the two. It's somewhere around 10W50. And that'll do for now. About half a litre I'll put in, maybe a little less. That's probably enough oil to fill all those lines in the cooler, hopefully. And then, of course, next time we run the thing, we'll triple check our oil level. But I don't think we'll have any problems there. So we can now put our oil away. Of course, we've made a mess. Next up, let's have a look at our two rubber grommet things and what we're going to do with these fellas. So I'm going to put one up the top here I mentioned, and I'm going to put one down the bottom here. So it's nothing special. All we do is we hook that on, slide it to where we want it, and then I can just sort of zip tie those up, and it'll mean we have a bit of a protectant between them. That way it's not going to rub on anything and damage anything. And as long as this doesn't wear away, we know our rubber lines are fine. So I'll just chuck a zip tie in there, and up here, much the same, I'll slide this on, and this will live just there. I don't know if, yeah, you can see that. Again, we'll chuck a cable tie around that and that'll keep it all neat and tidy. Where are cable ties? Let's go and grab some. Like so. And that should keep the hoses protected. They won't rub up against anything and damage themselves. And yeah, easy. And we'll now just do the top one. It's a bit harder to get to, so what I'll do, I'll tie it up further along. And now I can feed it down in there. Not a lot of room. Make sure our little rubber protector, our little hose condom thing, is in the right spot. And we zip it up like so. And then we just need to trim the tail off that fella now, so you can see the that's the tail there. We just need to clip that off. That's very good. Ah, and I've just noticed we did make a bit of an oil leak here when we changed the filter. I'll go and get the rag. Now we just need to try and get our cutters in here and snip this tail off. And we'll do these two here as well. Beautiful. And one more job to do with this. And I'm going to bring my Sikaflex with me, because in the side of this duct here we've got our hole where the hoses go through for the cooler, and that's a pretty sharp edged piece of sort of tin aluminium. And what I want to do is sort of run this around the inside edge. Righto, that rubber hose is now siliconed or Sikaflexed on. It was a lot more fiddling around than I'd hoped for, and I made a bit of a mess. I've cleaned it up with some acetone, but yeah, what a messy kind of thing to do. But nonetheless, it's in now, and it should hopefully keep the hoses reasonably well protected. And that is the last of these jobs for the oil cooler for this car. Anyway folks, that is now the last mechanical component for this car. Next up we need to go and finish off some of the aero and the bodywork, and then it's time to finally drive the thing. So it's getting very close, just so close. It's very good. Yeah, we're nearly there. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.